Osseo Sports with the coverage of high school girls hockey. And tonight, an early season matchup, non-conference game between the Eagan Wildcats and the Wayzata Trojans. From the Plymouth Ice Center, John Jacobson and Dan Ficken. And Dan, our season opener for girls hockey this season, and teams that had success in the past. Eagan's been in several state tournaments, not last year, but they were in as recently as 2 years ago. Wayzata got to the section final in 6AA last year, lost to eventual state runner-up Benilde St. Margaret, so some definite pedigree with these hockey programs.
Really, and Eagan from the very beginning has been a traditional power here, and it's good to see them back on the ice. They're looking to get on the rise, and Wayzata is too. A really good year for Wayzata last year, 12-0-1 to start the season out with. They're both kind of in the same situation now. They're kind of rebuilding. They lost a lot of scoring, so they'll be looking for that tonight.
Eagan has played one game so far. They got a win, and the Wayzata's played two, a win and a tie so far. So, early on, it's each team's just trying to find out where they are and what their identity of their teams are, isn't it?
Really, that is exactly it. They've gotten a little younger. They've lost considerable points from their scoring, but some people are starting to step up. But right now, you're kind of feeling each other out, putting lines together. We'll probably see changes throughout the night from both coaches, but the one big difference between the two is Wayzata's got goaltending. They really do. Eagan's a little questionable, so we'll see what happens there. But Wayzata's coming in with very strong goaltending tonight.
They do have some hockey veterans on these teams, and we're going to look at two key players right now, starting with the Eagan Wildcats, and Brooke Madsen's the junior, one of their captains.
Had really tremendous things to say about that young lady. Not only is she a good offensive player, but they complimented her on her defensive end play. You don't hear that a lot. Two-way players are complimenting this game, and she really steps up. She's all hustle. She's all business. Brought 24 points into the game plan for him last year as her leading scorer. And the next point she scores will be her 100th career point at Eagan, and that's a pretty big deal at Eagan High School.
And for the Wayzata Trojans, the young lady will sign her letter of intent to play collegiate hockey tomorrow at the University of Wisconsin. Senior Sophia Shaver. Stop it, Homer.
I can't help myself. I bleed red. She had a tremendous year last year. Second leading scorer in the team. Has started out this year with 3 goals already in 2 games. Really has a gift for the puck, and she can really put it away quickly. Because it was a bit of a surprise for him last year, but she did a good job. We'll be watching for her to light the lamp for the Wayzata Trojans.
It'll be a good one for us to start our coverage of winter sports for 2014-2015. It's Eagan Wayzata girls hockey. We'll drop the puck here at the pick in just a moment. It's time to drop the puck on a new season of boys hockey on November 21st and 22nd. Tune in for a live coverage of the Channel 12 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament from the Plymouth Ice Center.
Right tag gets in, free score!
Host Wayzata will be joined by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and two-time defending state champion Edina.
Nice move to the backhand, now he shoots, he scores!
All 4 games will be live on Channel 12 and 12.tv. Skate in for all the action starting at 5 p.m. each day.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
We're ready for our opening face-off. Eagan and Wayzata girls hockey tonight from Plymouth Ice Center. John Jacobson and Dan Ficken back with you. Wayzata sporting new gold uniforms this year, Dan, with the blue trim.
Looking sharp. Looking very sharp. Kind of got that Michigan look to them, but you sure can't tell they're on the ice. And there we have a little bit more of a traditional look. The Eagan Wildcats been wearing that one for how many years, John?
Right, a long time. Probably ever since the school opener. They started girls hockey. Now, their one game came Saturday night. They defeated North St. Paul 2-1. Out shooting the Polars that night 39-23. Wayzata Trojans got 2 games in last week, as we mentioned in our pregame. Tie to start the season against Anoka
and then a 5-1 win against Coon Rapids Saturday. You can see both those games very one-sided shots on goal in favor of the Trojans. You look at Sarah Stelter, the starting goalie for Wayzata. It's Caitlin Breeze between the pipes for Eagan, and we are underway. Skating back for it, Taylor Anderson, freshman D for Eagan. Passes along the boards to Lisa Lee, played back by Trojans, and comes around to Brooke Madsen. Up to center ice. Trojans got it back from Eagan as Shaver drops it back. Makes the return pass, touches it on her left wing. Maddie Wolstrom bringing it in, trailing the play. Lindsay Zach and a whistle. And an offside on Wayzata. Look at Caitlin Breeze, goalie for the Eagan Wildcats.
Last year, she had a 2.78 goals against, but she played the majority of the game. She was 11, 13, and 1, and they're looking for her to step up this year. It's one of the question marks they had.
Getting her first start of the season tonight. Trojans take over the puck. Sarah Iyer had Natalie Heising got it into the Eagan zone. Heising with it moves into the circle, still with the puck, dropping it back behind the net to Haley Schmidt. Taken away from her and played by Olivia Asta. The giveaway right out in front, firing a shot was Schmidt, and the save made by Vrees. Played back behind the net by Iyer. Around the boards and out of the zone it comes. Onto the stick of Rantham back in her own end. Played by Wayzata's Iyer at her blue line and up into the Eagan zone again. Rantham lost the puck. Played back out to the blue line. Allie Wiedela. And a takeaway by the Wildcats. It's Erin Imbritson with it. Got the puck into the Trojan zone. Skated down there by Taylor Lukey behind the net. Back out to the blue line. Shot away. It's stopped in front. And out comes Wayzata. A chance from Maddie Johnson. Lost the puck off her stick. Goes to the corner. Taken by Allie Wiedela. And now it's Kruger with it back behind the net. Up to Jordan Anderson and down into the Wayzata zone. Played around the end boards by Zach. Kept in the zone by Lukey of Eagan. There's Madsen with it rather. She'll give it up to Bergman. Via Bergman trying to get it back to Madsen. Trojans break up the play. Puck along the boards. And passed out of the zone by Ashley Wiedela. Gets the puck back and gets tripped up at her blue line. Lost the puck. It's taken by Shaver. Sophia Shaver, nice little move in neutral zone. Now stops and turns at the blue line. Yeah, to clear the zone. Iyer playing it ahead. Shaver with it again. Shaver moving in left side. Top of the circle. Shaver still with it. Played off her stick to the corner, and it's taken by Taylor Anderson there. Anderson a tie up in the corner. Now Ransom moves in for Wayzata. Puck still tied up. Finally freed up. Centering pass out in front for Shaver. Couldn't get a shot away. Kept in at the blue line by Shannon. Her shot. Stop made. Puck is loose. Trojans trying to bang on it. Finally, it's Lee that clears it down the length of the ice, but it'll be on net. There'll be no icing here. Stelter plays it up. They're going to catch
trouble here.
Eagan in a line change, but then Wildcats got back and not much on the shot by Wolsman. And Eagan survives that. They get it back out to center. Try to bring it in right side, and Asta has it just inside the blue line.
We got a little bit of rickety-rackety here, John. Just not a whole lot of connection, especially not a cross-ice stuff. It's all been pretty much on the boards or in a particular zone. That last shift, though, Sophia Schaefer stood up and really tried to start making something happen. She picked up the tempo and really started creating some things. So we'll see if the Trojans carry through with that in the next few shifts here.
Puck played ahead to Heising. Heising lost it in the Eagan zone. Now it's Taylor Rantham playing it down, and we get our first whistle of the game. It comes with 12:16 to go in the period. We look at Sarah Stelter. Played all the minutes so far for Wayzata.
She had 11-4-1 record last year. Tremendous .918 save percentage last year for the Trojans. Real big surprise. Really came on strong, and they're expecting her to be the iron goalie this year to really carry them. And she looked last year like she could do it, John.
Eagan keeping the puck in. No, it didn't. It did pop outside the blue line. So we get an offside on Eagan. As you look at one of the coaches for Eagan, that's Kelly Floor, now in her second year as co-head coach of the Wildcats. And Ryan St. Martin, their co-head coach for Eagan. Dan, you had a chance to talk to them a little bit. We both did, but you a little longer. And I think they're cautiously optimistic for the season. You know, 7th place finish in their conference last year, but some talent and definitely ability to move up this year in their league. In the South Suburban, shot on goal and a big save by Stelter. Rebound, didn't get all the way through to the goal. Back out to the blue line it goes. The other bar.
Oh, nice
score!
done.
And Eagan is on the board first.
Boy, nicely done. Great puck movement here by the Wildcats in the Wayzata zone. Moved it back out, got it up top, moved it across to the point. You see it coming back up top, moving over to the center point. Shot down low, got deflected, and just in the right position, number 23, Amy Embritson, directs it in between the pads, and by God, Eagan's on top right off the bat here, John. Takes a 1-0 lead with 11:30 left to go in the first.
First goal of the season for Erin Embritson. At 6:28. Now they get a break as they block the pass coming out. This is Lee. Lee goes to her backhand, gets taken down on the play by Zach.
Boy, both Wayzata D's kind of sticking in deep inside the Eagan zone, kind of got sucked in, and the puck dribbled by, and Eagan got out there and had a nice breakaway coming through here. Just lost control of it a little bit there at the end. It allowed Wayzata to get back in there, but a hook and I think it might be a trip. Number 21, Lindsay Zeck, is going into the box for the Trojans.
We'll see what Eagan can do with this power play opportunity.
Well, they're going against an experienced penalty kill team with Wayzata. They've taken 8 penalties so far this year. This is their 9th. And they've only allowed 1 goal out of the 8. So
Trojans shorthanded to get it down into the zone. Shaver trying to put a shot on net. Comes to Moore, lost it right out front for Shaver. Winds up. Didn't get a stick on the puck. It's carried out by the Wildcats. Kayla Vries, the sister of the goaltender Caitlin, got it into the Trojan zone. Was it able to gain control and shoot it back out as Rantham comes back for it. Down to 50 seconds to go in the power play. Shot. Stelter steering the shot from Anderson away to the corner. Out in front of them, the Trojans dump it back down into the Eagan zone.
well, once Eagan loses it, Wayzata's all over it. They're not letting Eagan have it back to set up again. And Eagan's not spread out. They're not really moving it inside the attack zone very well to set each other up.
Trojans trying to get a shot on net, short-handed, but Heising got tied up. Eagan chance perhaps for one more rush. Wilson had it taken away. Shot in by Paige Sorensen, and Wayzata will successfully skated off the first power play of the night. Puck at center ice. Shot into the Eagan zone by Iyer. Around the boards it goes. Rachel Wall looking to play it for Eagan. Taken by Wayzata. Get it off in the circle. Shot and whistled high and wide by Iyer. And all the way back to the Wayzata end. Excuse me, Dan.
Good setup there in the zone, but if he would have kept it low, there were two Wayzata Trojans sitting on the backside of the net. Even the rebound would have given him an opportunity, but got too high and missed the net with it.
Ashley Wiedela with a pass. Shot by Johnson. Johnson around the boards. Comes to Shannon. Her shot hits the skates of Kruger. To the side of the net. And Lee for Eagan trying to poke it out, and now will skate it out. Gets it ahead to Madsen. Here's Madsen, one player back. Turns in the corner. Fires it back out to the blue line. Shot from there. Saved by Stelter, and a good low shot by Kruger. Another shot. It's the side of the goal. Madsen firing away. Taken by Osseo Wilson. Excuse me, by Wiedela, cleared out, and then back to the stick of Zek. Lindsay Zek getting it up to center ice. Ashley Wiedela fire it in on net, and the save by Vries, who hangs on.
Well, a really nice play there by Brooke Madsen of the Eagan Wildcats in the attack zone. In Wayzata's zone there, came in, thought she had a shot, but decided rather than take a bad angle shot, she curled away and brought it back up top so the D could get a shot, and then set herself up in front with another Wildcat to hopefully get another tip-in goal. Eagan knows where to go with John when they're in the attack zone. They were setting up in front of that net and deflecting, changing direction on it.
Now a 7:20 to play here in the first period. Eagan leading at 1-0. Wolzman for Wayzata. Top of the circle, puts it out in front, looking for a tip. With Ransom right there on the doorstep. Eagan turns that away. Rantham up for Eagan. Skates it up and dumped into the zone. That was Wall who dumped it in. Now taken by Iyer. Turns away from pressure from Embretson. Embretson who has the lone goal in this game. Back on the ice for the Wildcats. Puck comes to Molly Lewis, clearing it up. To center, skated back ahead by Anderson. Taken off the play is Rantham. Rantham has it taken away. Here's Wolfman skating right in, goes to the backhand. And it looks like it hit the pipe or was deflected off the stick. Now Vries. Either way, it stays out as the Wildcats clear. Played by Stelter. Onto the stick of Sorensen. Head to Heising. Heising in. Shot away and a score. Paige Sorensen ties it at 1.
Might be Natalie Heising there on an opportunistic. We'll see a quick, nice move right here. Look at this. Reverse. Comes back through. Splits two. There's a good shot. You're right. I'm wrong. Paige Sorensen stepping right up there and just ripping it in the upper corner. I think it fooled the goalie. She wasn't quite sure and never set. And it beat her into the net. Just a quick shot by Paige Sorensen, and we're all tied up here.
Sorensen's first goal of the season. Centering passes, she scores again.
Hang around God's country and good things are going to happen to you, by gosh. Paige Sorensen up in front of that net. Opportunistic, beautiful pass up front. Nice setup. Nice setup here. And then bang, comes right out to her and just wham. One times it. Pretty much same spot, a little lower. It beats the goalie clean. And all of a sudden, the Trojans come alive with two quick goals here, both by Paige Sorensen.
17 seconds apart. And it's 2-1 Wayzata.
We'll see if that excites the legs on some of these Trojans here, John, and how Eagan responds.
Rising gets an assist on both goals. And a second assist on the second goal given to Haley Schmidt. Play down into the Wildcat zone again. Just over 5 minutes to play here in the opening period. Sarah Moore up to center ice. Down into the Trojan zone where Iyer has it. Iyer up through center ice. Skating into the Wildcat zone. Drop pass there. Shaver, a shot goes wide of the net. Then played up to center ice. Holzman to the Eagan blue line with it. Cleared to center. Trojans have it. Shaver left side trying to get it to Wolfsman. She goes to the corner along with Egan's Annika Isobart. The side of the net, Isobart has it for the Wildcats. Meister skates in and picks it off, runs into Isobart along the boards and in the corner. Puck came free and it's taken by Anna Kruger. Pick off at the blue line by Shaver. Back down into the Trojan zone. Shaver will come after it. 3:54 to go. Let's look at Becky Wacker, 4th year with the Wayzata program.
She said they're kind of searching right now. They had some good, strong leadership last year and a very successful season, especially early on. And this year, still a little bit of a mystery, a lot of gray areas. So far, she's been pretty happy with what she's seen, I think, John.
5th year with the program. Last year, as I mentioned, 17-6-1 for her Wayzata team, losing to Camille in the 6AA final. They whack out in front of the Wayzata net, and net comes off. It's crashing into it was Madsen. And there'll be a face-off in the Trojans' end.
I really like the way the Wildcats are crashing the net, though. They're really putting pressure on it. They know what kind of a goaltender Snyder is, and they got to get in front of her, and they have been. They've been disrupting her. They've been getting sticks and changing direction on the puck and doing a good job that way.
Puck floats back into the Wayzata zone where Iyer takes it. Up to the wing and it goes back to the corner. Onto the stick now of Iyer. Along the boards. Up to center. Taken by Egan's Wilson out in front. Shot going wide from Moore. Back out, blue line, shot, doesn't come all the way through. Instead is taken by Iyer. Out come the Trojans. Ali Wiedela, instead is offsides.
We had a nice run here. Some pretty good offensive plays here. I like the way Eagan, like I said, is getting sticks around that, really changed direction. Wayzata just skill, good passing, finding the open person who happened to be Paige Sorensen twice, and doing a nice job of, getting on the board for the Trojans and kind of waking up. They seemed a little bit not quite clicking there in the beginning, first 5 minutes.
Tie up in center ice. Now freed up by the Wildcats. Kruger along her blue line. Isobart to Kruger and out to center. Onto the stick of Anderson. Jordan Anderson hooked away from her by Sammy Meister. And now comes Ashley Wiedela with it. Lost it at center. Skated on though by Shannon. Into the zone. Backhanding it toward the net. And Reeves playing it to the corner there. Centering attempt. And right to Egan's Kruger. Kruger to Lukey. It comes out to center. Shaver with it. Sophia Shaver coming to the net and saved by Caitlin Breeze.
Nice play by Breeze out there in front. Saw what was coming at her. Nice move here under the stick, but not quite enough room left at the end. They probably should have made the move a little earlier. And Breeze making a good save. She knew it was coming down on her. I'm sure they had her mapped out. They know who Schaefer is.
3 goals for Shaver already this year. Had 3 in the postseason a year ago to go along with 17 regular season goals.
Wayzata had a nice run last year into the section final.
In a tough section.
Oh,
6 double A to kill it. Shot from the blue line. Doesn't come all the way through to the Wayzata net. And Shaver will skate it out down the left side. Poked away from her. She ran into Ramtham. And we can get a cross-checking penalty whistled against Taylor Ramtham.
John, did I mention they knew who Schaefer was? That Eagan
Yeah.
kind of had an idea. There you go. If you're the star, you're going to take a little rough play, but just a little bit too exuberant here. She's coming down nice. She's boxed in tight, and they kind of double team her, but them elbows the stick got a little high and took her down, putting the Trojans on the power play here.
First power play for Wayzata tonight. Puck comes out high to Meister from the circle. Quick shot saved by Breeze. Comes to Taylor Anderson of Eagan, finds an open spot and fires it down the length of the ice.
Nice play by Taylor Anderson. They're very patient. Took her time, tried to find the opening, and got it out for him.
Meister, feeding left side from Molly Lewis. Up to center. Allie Wiedela. She'll skate it around back behind the Eagan net. To Sorensen, back to Wiedela. Back out high and missed the stick of Meister. She's going to skate back in her own end for just 11 seconds to go in the period. And the icing on Wayzata. Face-off back in their end was 7.4 seconds. So it looks like we will start, Dan, with a power play for Wayzata in the second period. Likely. Guess they can get something in the next 7 seconds from their own end, but not likely.
Timing on that one wasn't good. It's almost like having 2 shorthanded power plays, you know, a minute on either side. You can't really get into any rhythm. And they'll take it, though. And there you go.
First period has come to an end. And Wayzata with back-to-back goals, 17 seconds apart. And Paige Sorensen, they have taken a 2-1 lead on the Eagan Wildcats.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Some of the young players from Wayzata girls hockey on here to watch the varsity team from Wayzata. We've taken a 2-1 lead on the Eagan Wildcats after 1 period of play. Highlights from the first period. Eagan getting on the board first at 5:28. Tip-in goal from Aaron Embretson. The assist on that goal going to Anna Kruger and Annika Isabard. With Manson gathering the puck in here, will hit the side of the Wayzata net. There's 3 shots on goal for Eagan in that first period. Wayzata with a scoring opportunity here. Shot away from Maddie Wolfsman. But then Wayzata did break through with a couple of goals. Natalie Heising setting up Paige Sorensen for the goal at 10:52, and then 17 seconds later at 11:09, Sorensen again scoring the assist to Haley Schmidt and Natalie Heising to make it 2-1. That's where we stand right now. As you look at the numbers for the first period, the Trojans was 6 shots on goal to 3 for Eagan. Trojans at the edge in scoring chances, each team with 1 penalty, and Wayzata with 56 seconds left in their power play when we come back to the start of the second period. We'll take time out. We'll come back with more girls hockey from the Plymouth Ice Center after this timeout.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to Channel 12's coverage of girls hockey on this Veterans Day. Salute to all the present and former veterans on this November 11th, Dan.
A wonderful holiday and well-deserved and well-meant, as people put their lives on the line for us every single day, and we can thank ourselves for our freedoms because of their sacrifice. So thank you all if you're listening, and we appreciate all that you do.
Ready to go to start the second period. Wayzata, remember, a partial power play here in the second period as it carried over from the first. Eagan able to gain control of the puck at their blue line and clear it down the ice. Now down to 45 seconds left in the power play for the Trojans. Ayers pass, hits Shaver. Skates it in deep, a backhand shot and a save by Vries. Gathered inside of the net by Wolfsman. Out to the blue line with Zach. Cross left side, shot from the circle, save made, comes out to the high slot, gets off of the stick of Zach's, got to skate back at center for it. Nice move around one of the forwards to carry it deep into the Eagan zone. Still with it back behind the net, puts it out in front, backhand shot.
Oh, nice save.
And saved. Another try from the side of the net is saved and then cleared away. A little flurry of action there in front of the Eagan net, and the Wildcats now back at full strength. 2-1 hockey game, just over a minute in to the second period.
Good opportunity for Wayzata there as that power play was going out. Tried to put some opportunities. I think one pass too many from the side there could have been a good shot with the inside stick, but good puck movement and got some good opportunities.
Icing on Wayzata, face-off back in the Trojan zone. Face-off one, comes back to Molly Lewis. Cleared out, back down to the Eagan blue line. Wayzata brings it in offside.
Yeah, this line here for Wayzata has been very, very good tonight. The Sorensen line, where they've all been hustling. They all know what to do with the puck. Setting each other up very, very nicely.
Face-off won by Wayzata. Sorensen looking for the hat trick and the save made by Vries. Play back behind the net. Sorensen knocked down by Asta. Eagan gains control of the puck. Is played ahead by Isabard. Stelter will leave it for Shannon up along the blue line. Quickly, Wayzata trying to transition to offense, but Eagan got a stick and then another on it to break up the flow. Back at center, brought ahead. Mizek to the blue line, cleared back out, comes to Shannon. Shannon tied up, lost the puck to Moore, and taken back by Ashley Wiedela for Wayzata. Headed comes to Johnson. Johnson with a shot, save May. They look for the rebound, and it's cleared to the corner. Ashley Wiedela.
I like the way Eagan is not afraid to get physical, even the smaller players on the team. You know how to use their hips and rub people off from the boards. That's the difference. It isn't really a check. It's a rub out, and that's legal in girls hockey.
Centering pass picked off by Moore on the pass from Iyer. Eagan got it ahead. Wayzata takes it back. A little 3-on-2 for them, and a shot away, and the glove save.
Get a good look see here. Shot coming through. Vries set up, got herself out and took the angle out very nicely there in that opportunity. That last opportunity, though, boy, that was a good opportunity for a 3-on-2, maybe even a 3-on-1, and they're just shooting the puck down the middle. We got a 2-on-1 right now.
Eagan coming back, and a break up the puck. Might be in the net. The net comes off. It's not going to be a goal. I think the puck is underneath. Stelter brought in on the left side by Elise Lee. Look at the good job that Zek does getting back. Get your stick back on it to help break it up.
Ooh, I don't know. I'd like to see that opposite side there. I wish we had a camera over there, John.
Madsen is the forward, crashing the net for Eagan. And now I think both Coach Floor and St. Martin would like an explanation on that.
Watch it come into the far left pad now. Well, couldn't quite see it. Oh well. Either way, it's waved off, but a good opportunity for the Eagan Wildcats here.
Another chance for them, and skated in again by Lee. Now Madsen off in the corner, getting the puck to Ramtham. Circle, backhand shot from Wall is stopped. Centering pass, and Stelter is able to steer that away. Gathered in by Shaver at the Eagan line. She'll skate after it. Centering attempt, shot away, side of the net. Whoa. Puck is free. Taken by Ramtham. Clear to the blue line and now out of the zone. Back for it is Iyer. And they feed it to Ransom. Shot by Bergman into the Wayzata zone, but it's offside on the Wildcats.
Good opportunities by the Trojans here. Vries is being really tested. She's doing well. She's hanging her angles good, keeping her leg pad spread out very nice to thwart the Wayzata attacks. But Eagan needs to mount a little threat here. Take some of the pressure off.
Chance for Wayzata out in front. And knocked down was Schmidt. And we're going to get a penalty here on Eagan as Haley Schmidt was knocked down right in front of the Eagan net.
I think Vries, the goalie's going to get one for tripping. She stuck her stick out and took out the Wayzata Trojan in front. It's definitely a trip. Well, you don't want to keep playing with danger here. Although I don't think Wayzata set their power play up well at all the last time they had one here. So we'll see if they can recover. But we'll see the stick here and tripping the Trojan player. So it was on the goalie.
Goog will serve the minor on Freeze. So second power play for Wayzata in the game. Molly Lewis coming back for it for the Trojans. He's close to giving it up, and now does as Bergman gets back there for Eagan. Bergman will dump it back behind the net. Now it's Madsen shorthanded. She gets knocked down. They need a penalty on Wayzata. So that was all set up on the forecheck by Sophia Bergman, and Wayzata gets bottled up, and eventually Madsen gets in there, gets tripped up, and will skate 4-on-4.
Good penalty kill. Great hustle by the Wildcats, and here we see it right there. This gets knocked down on the board. Just good hard work is rewarded, and all of a sudden we're going to play 4-on-4 here. Good work by the Eagan Wildcats. We were talking to Coach Wacker a little earlier before the game, John. She talked about this early in the season. You really don't have time to work on your specialty teams like power play and penalty kill, with the exception of a few minutes each practice. So we're seeing the evidence of that.
Heising going for roughing at 5 minutes of the second period.
Oh my. We're going to have another tripping penalty.
Let's take a look at this game.
Schaefer's going to get tripped right there. Stick gets caught in her legs. So this is something you practice every day, John. 4-on-3 now. It's just, what the heck, otherwise that is just happy to have the extra man.
Elise Lee going off for tripping at 5:17. So it'll be a 4-on-3. Another 40 seconds. And he will get a player back. Wildcats able to get it out of their zone. It's taken by Zek. A lot of ice out there. Zek brings it in right side. She'll go back behind the Eagan net. Zek will skate it out high. Shot away. Save made by Vries. Puck pops free. Wolfsman trying to get after it. Tying up with Ramtham. Centering pass broken up nicely by Madsen. There's Lewis for Wayzata. Now it's 4-on-4. Shot away. Save made. And covering up is Vries.
A little chaotic there, but Eagan holding tough and breaking up everything that's thrown at him. I don't think anything got to Vries in that last rush there, John. They broke it up pretty good.
From the blue line shot, that's whistled just wide of the Eagan net. Back come the Wildcats. Asta, now offside is Eagan.
Pushed over the line by a Trojan there. Good smart play there to stop the rush by Eagan.
So in 14 seconds, Heising comes back on the ice for Wayzata, and Trojans get a 17-second power play after that. It's Shaver on the face-off here with Taylor Lukey. Won by Wayzata. Meister had it broken up. Back forward comes Shannon. Shaver lost it. It's taken by Embritson. Wayzata back at full strength. Shaver lost it. Came right out in front. Good job by Meister to tie up Embritson. Wayzata coming back, and they are offside with 1 second left in the penalty time to Elise Lee.
Well, it is a little ragged right now, John, a little ragged. But, you know, again, you don't practice. You usually practice 5-on-5 or a little bit of 4-on-4, but and then 5-on-4, whatever, but not, you know, now with this much space on this ice, and we'll keep remembering, too, this is an Olympic-sized sheet. And it's got to be a little different for Eagan, although, John, they played their angles very well. I haven't seen any advantage whatsoever for the Trojans.
They're both teams back at full strength. 9.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Still 2-1 Wayzata. That was their score after one. Play behind the Eagan net is a Bart. Trying to play it off for Madsen. Pass comes into the circle, and shot goes off Heising's stick. And played ahead by Madsen. Pass along the blue line. Meyer got it headed to center ice. Onto the stick of Madsen of Eagan. Drops it for Kruger. And up into the Wayzata zone.
That'd be icing. Shot it in from behind the red line. Yep. Wow. 0 for 6 for the season in the power play. I think in the next few days that might be an item on the practice list, per se. But, you know, like we were saying, John, earlier, it's early. Everybody's trying to get used to things, too. And you just want to get them used to playing with one another. And you don't put a lot of time into that. But that will happen. And it'll be interesting to see as the season goes on how that improves for the Trojans. And
back behind the Eagan nets. Centering pass. Onto the stick of Wilson. Here's Wilson coming into the Wayzata zone and ridden off the puck by Zek. Comes back to Matty Johnson, lost it. From the circle, that's broken up. Taken back by Wayzata. Ashley Wiedela after it in the corner. Rantham got it for Eagan, got it out. Up. Taken back by the Trojans. Allie Wiedela ridden out of the play. Wildcats trying to clear the zone. Puck goes to the corner. Turnover there. Chance for Wolfsman to try to feed a pass up front. That was broken up. Puck goes to the corner. Players go down. Eagan skates out with the puck. Rantham getting it up the center. Missed on the pass to Alexia Wilson. No icing. As back forward is Lewis for Wayzata. Along the boards. Up at the top of the circle. A loose puck shot over the net and over Stelter. Back to the blue line. Rantham shot broken up by Meg Ransom. Puck will come all the way down to Vries, who covers up.
good play by Vries. Eagan trying to move the puck after a turnover in the Wayzata zone and just kind of slipped away and almost had a breakaway there. Vries made a good decision there instead of trying to slap it away with their stick, which sometimes works to a miss and a whiff, and throws it and let her team get regathered.
Shot toward the net, broken up by Keila Vries. Eagan escapes their zone. They get it up to center ice. Bergman down into the Trojan zone. Zek there for Wayzata. Pass ahead, too far for Wolfsman. This will be icing on Wayzata. No shots on goal, Dan, here in the second period for the Wildcats. We played over 10 minutes.
Yeah, they've been playing a lot of defense, John. A couple penalties, and then we had that mess going on. 4-on-3 eventually, got down to. But they're dogged, and they play the positions very well. They're not giving Wayzata a clean look. Looks like we're going to have another penalty on Eagan here.
I didn't see what the call was, Dan.
Caleb Reese going into there. I didn't either. Third penalty, the power play for Wayzata here this last period and a half.
Shot, rebound try. Goes back behind the Wildcats net. Tied up there and then freezed up. Ising has it. Gets it out front. Meister, Sorensen. And it's stuck up in off of Sorensen's shot in the glove of Kruger.
Kruger just got in the way. Eagan's been pretty dogged. They've played a good position on these penalty kills. They've been getting control of it and getting it out of danger. Wayzata really hasn't mounted much, but they're starting to move the puck a little bit better.
Sorensen's shot stopped by Caitlin Vries. As Keila Vries went off for high sticking on this penalty.
Okay.
20 left in the player advantage for Wayzata. Left point, Heising lost it. Here's a takeaway from Madsen. Madsen coming in for Eagan. Whistle. The whistle was clearly before the shot. And the penalty, on Eagan. A penalty call on Annika Isobel.
Oh, my.
Well, maybe right. Might be coincidental penalty. It's like Isabart going off along with Ali Wiedela for Wayzata.
Wait a minute. 2 offsetting penalties, and it stops a breakaway?
Should not have stopped the play.
No, I don't think so. And here's the sad part. She scored on it. Oh, yeah. If I was... Yeah, you bet I'd be talking to the refs immediately. Oh, my gosh, yeah. Okay, getting to it a little bit in front there. They're holding on to it and all that bit, but oh my. I could be wrong on that interpretation, but I thought of it, you know, eventually you call it a stoppage of play when it's offsetting. That's what Coach St. Martin's talking about a little bit here.
So it stays 2-1. We get the offsetting penalties.
There you go, 5-on-4 again, yep.
Well, minute 15 left in the power play for Wayzata as the puck comes back down into their end. Lindsey Zeck gets the pass to Iyer. Iyer getting tied up by Taylor Anderson. Comes at center. Shaver coming into the slot. Taken off her stick. Good little move by Anderson to get free. And then she had it taken away by Shaver. Shaver to Iyer. Iyer will skate it up through center. In on the left side. Iyer drop pass for Shaver. Shaver trying to create some space for herself. Gets the pass back to Sarah Iyer. Puck to the corner to Wolfsman. Back to Shaver. And poked away, clear by Taylor Anderson. Gathers in at center. Chance for a 2-on-1 with Madsen. Madsen with a shot saved by Stelter. Madsen gathers it back in. Gets it back off for Anderson. Anderson trying to wrap it around. The net knocked off. Eagan fans wanting a penalty on Stelter, who I believe intentionally kicked with her skate and knocked the net off here.
Oh, watch. Good, quick move between the legs there. Great shot, opportunity, and the stick got dropped. Now we'll watch what happens. Watch what happens in front of that net. Good opportunity. Okay, just kicks it inadvertently. She's trying to get back across, so that wasn't intentional, but I can understand the frustration that Brooke Madsen's having.
Didn't look intentional anyway.
Well, it didn't, you know.
Which is the key, right? If you're the goalie and you're on your stick. Wildcats are back at full strength. And we play on with under 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Still 2-1, Wayzata. Wildcats finally get a shot on net here in the period. Wayzata still holding the shots on goal edge at 12-4 for the game. This goes off of Sorensen. It's icing on Wayzata.
Well, maybe the Eagan will start playing with a little anger now. Obviously, they're very frustrated right now.
Face-off coming to the left of Sarah Stelter. And the face-off win by the Trojans. Flipped up by Sorensen, trying to get it out past the blue line, but instead goes into the Eagan bench. Drop the puck again back in the Wayzata zone. A lot of whistles this period, Dan, compared to the first period.
Yeah, especially in the second half here with the penalties and stuff. It's really kind of made a disjointed game. Some opportunities are being generated, though, now a little bit more so in the Wayzata zone by the Wildcats.
Shot away, and Stelter comes up with the save. Another chance. That hits traffic in front, and Shaver skates out for Wayzata with it. 2-on-2 along with Ransom. Shaver cuts deep. Goes toward the net. Cleared away. Rebound from out in the circle. And that stop is made. Puck pops free. Back behind the goal. Shaver getting it back out. Eagan player is down. And we get the whistle. I believe that's Taylor Anderson. Yeah, slow to get up for the Wildcats.
Went into the boards pretty hard there with Shaver. Shaver's just a tad bigger than her. There's Shaver coming around now, really trying to force the corner there, get it out front or try a shot, and got stymied there. Good play defensively, not giving any room. And oh, here you go. Okay.
Well, there's the hit from Ransom, actually.
Ramson has played very physically in the times that we watched her and her brother both, but I didn't see anything inadvertent there or intentional. Just got hit the wrong way and down she went on her back against the boards. I didn't see a penalty call there.
No.
Yeah,
and sometimes you will see that call. There's checking.
Yep.
In girls hockey, but not here. Anderson being helped off the ice by Taylor Ramtham.
A lot of times it depends on the crew. You and I have been doing this a long time, John. The referee crew will generally tend either let him play physically or not play physically at all. But
certainly could have been a penalty call then.
Yeah, another crew would have called that one.
Right. 3.5 minutes to go. Excuse me. Here in the second period, play in the Eagan zone. Wildcats able to pop it out to the Wayzata line, controlled by the Trojans. Iyer ahead. Missed on the pass. Will be touched by a wall of Eagan. Lost it to Shaver. Back behind the net. Centering pass comes out to the high slot. Taken by Shaver again. Trying to go between 2D and can't. Along the left side, it's Iyer. Popped back behind to Maddie Johnson. Shot from the circle and the save by Vrees off the shot from Wolfsman. Back at the other end, Stelter's got to stop it and pop it out to Shannon on the wing. Taken back by Madsen. But Madsen trying to skate through some traffic. And behind the net, it's Iyer for Wayzata. Giveaway by the Trojans in their own end. And a penalty coming up here on Wayzata as Rachel Wall was tripped. And the Wildcats will go on the power play with 2:25 to go in the second period.
Sarah Iyer going now for the Trojans. Here's Egan's opportunity. Good takeaway. They just turn over, and boy, that stick just got caught up in her skates big time when she goes down. Barely kind of not knowing where that stick was, and she made an effort to try and stop her. So
seventh penalty of the second period, third on Wayzata. With 2 penalties in the first period. So Eagan trying to tie it up here. Shot blocked out high by Paige Sorensen, is able to clear it down the ice.
Not only can she score, she can stop a score too. I like the way she got herself in the way there.
But back in the Eagan zone. They get it up to center to Madsen. Madsen dropping it back. Again, feeding it out to Rantham off right circle. Kayla Vrees back behind the net to Embretson. Embretson being tied up by Maestro, takes it away. And cleared out of the zone by Ransom. Comes to Rantham. Meister fires it wide of the Eagan net. Schmidt lost it. Wildcats. Embretson off on the right wing. Taken back by Wayzata. Here comes Shaver up through center. Shaver puts it on net and the save made by Caitlin Vrees. Stopping the clock with 33 seconds left in the Eagan power play.
Just get it down on the net and get a save and get a face-off, etc. She could have maybe set up a drop pass to a teammate behind her, but
when you're playing short-handed, you don't want to take too many chances, though, right?
That's true.
Give up an odd man rush the other way. Now Eagan gains control. And they bring it back into the Wayzata zone. Take away along the boards. And Wayzata able to get it out of the zone. Brought back in. Nice little move by Asta. Circles back toward the blue line. Onto the stick of Wall. Back to Wall again. To Asta from the circle. Shot. That's blocked by Izzy Shannon as Wayzata's back at full strength. Here's Heising. Overskated it. Brought back in further and then taken away by Alexia Wilson. Schmidt was the other Wayzata forward trying to get a shot away. They're going to get a Wayzata penalty, I believe, here.
2 in a row on them now. With about 10 seconds left, so actually Eagan will get pretty much a full power play here to open up the third period, being down a goal. That's big. Ooh, one of the big penalty killers, big players. Sophia Shea was going in the sin bin.
Shot away, puck spinning out in front of Stelter and just cleared away in front by Wolfsman, and that would have been a goal for Eagan.
Oh my. That's some great effort here. Watch her come across her. Just reaching out, almost got it. Coming behind there, going in. Wayzata finally pulling it out, but great effort. Matson's played a really good game for Eagan this year. She's really fighting for that 100-point.
Wolfsman and Lindsay Zeck back defensively. Take care of that spinning puck. We are through 2 periods. Same score that we had at the end of 1. Through 2, it's Wayzata 2, Eagan 1. We're back with more high school girls hockey on Channel 12 after this timeout.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of boys hockey on November 21st and 22nd. Tune in for live coverage of the Channel 12 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament from the Plymouth Ice Center.
Right tag gets in, free score!
Host Wayzata will be joined by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and 2-time defending state champion Edina.
Nice move to the backhand. Now he shoots, he scores!
All 4 games will be live on Channel 12 and 12.tv. Skate in for all the action starting at 5 p.m. each day.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Wayzata 2, Eagan 1 through 2 periods of play at the Plymouth Ice Center tonight. Same score we had after 1. John Jacobson and Dan Ficken here back with you at Plymouth. And Dan, some scoring chances in that second period with nothing going in the net for either the Trojans or the Wildcats, as both Caitlin Breeze and Sarah Stelter are able to be steady between the pipes.
Well, Wayzata had the most chances, but Eagan started coming on about halfway through the second period. You could see them start mounting some attack here. They're winning the battles in the corner. Here's just a great opportunity at the shot there, and then right back again. Almost another one here. So they were fighting back here. So Breeze did a very nice job for the Eagan Wildcats here in that period too. She held it strong and kept that puck out of the net. There's a great opportunity to do some time running off the period.
As I look at the numbers through 2 periods, Wayzata with a big edge in shots on goal in this game, 15-5. Each team with 5 penalties in the game. Each team took 4 in that second period. And Eagan, as you'll remember, will come back to start the third period with a power play of 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. We'll do that in a moment. Take another break and back with more high school girls hockey on 12 Sports after this timeout.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Back on Channel 12 with high school girls hockey. Third period ready to start. Eagan and Wayzata 2-1. Trojans leading, although they have the edge on shots on goal. But Eagan certainly, Dan, as you mentioned when we were looking at those highlights, with some opportunities in that second period. The puck actually ended up in the net a couple of times, and Eagan unable to score though on those chances. One blown, both of them blown out by a whistle. One on the player crashing into the net, and the net coming off, and then the second one on the penalty call back behind the play.
Yeah, they did, but I'll tell you what, only one goal down, that's one shot away. The way they go to the net, they do that very well. It's one thing this team does very well. Otherwise, that is not sharp. This game could be tied, or Eagan could be ahead right now with those opportunities. They just got to cash them in, and beginning of the season, sometimes that's hard to find.
So we're underway here in the third period. Remember, a power play here for Eagan to start the period. Here's Matson with a shot and a save by Sarah Stelter.
There's a little lady that's worked her butt off tonight and deserves a break here. Watch her. She tries to bust that corner. She sees it. She's got an opening, and she gets a rip with the person in front. Good play by her.
Matson and Shaver tying up. Woldman skated out of the zone for Wayzata, and her pass intercepted by Moore. Left side. Anderson in the corner. Taylor Anderson setting up. Flipped across all the way to the near boards. Kayla Breeze picks it back from Matson. Shot away. Comes to the net. Steered away by Stelter. Back out. Left point. Now open. Shot away. Looking for a tip in front. Was Kayla Breeze. Comes back out. Ramtham with the shot. Gathered in by Anderson. Comes to the side of the net. Lost the puck though, and that gives Trojans the ability to gather it in and clear it down the length of the ice. Back comes Taylor Ramtham for the puck. Up to center ice with the pass to Sarah Moore. Lost it to Zach. Comes back to Zach at the blue line and gloved by Caitlin Breeze. 26 seconds left in the power play for Eagan.
Well, good puck movement by the Wildcats there. Just nothing in tight. They haven't been able to really put anything together as far as in tight close, but they're moving the puck better, and they did get some opportunities that time.
Shot away and a goal. Short-handed from Lindsay Zek, and it's 3-1 Wayzata.
Well, there you go. Just like you draw it up in the locker room on the chalkboard. Puck comes back to Zek. It's a nice shot off through a screen up high. Breeze didn't see it until it was right on top of her. Couldn't do much about it. Just a nice setup. Good opportunistic play by the Trojans.
Zek with her first goal this season. And matches her goal total from a year ago. And it's 3-1 Trojans as now the power play has expired for Eagan.
Wayzata's looking to add, make up for 113 points that were seniors last year. And If Zek steps up, she's already got her first goal, third game in. That's a good sign for the Trojans.
Puck poked into the Eagan zone by Haley Schmidt. Allie Wiedela getting the assist on the Zek goal. And Eagan ices the puck.
Yeah, not a bad play. Again, Wayzata coming back after that goal and just putting tremendous pressure inside the zone there. But you see this Rivals a nice shot here. And just gets over the top. I think it was deflected, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit. But
well, they didn't call it. They gave Zek the goal, so it was deflected. It
would have been an Eagan.
Wasn't called. Yeah. Eagan now taking control of the puck. Luke carries the puck into the zone, trying to drop the puck back on the pass to Jordan Anderson. Comes in front. Anderson to the shot. Stelter the save.
Stelter was tested there for the first time in a long time, boy. I tell you what, they haven't gotten in that tight on her for a little while. Everything's been outside. Well, Egan's got to respond here now with 14:09. They're down a goal. They've worked hard. That one kind of sticks in your craw a little bit because you've worked hard and all of a sudden you don't get rewarded. All of a sudden the other team gets rewarded. You got to respond here. You got to put some pucks on net down in the goal zone.
Wayzata gaining control of the puck. Sophia Shaver gets it down into the Eagan zone. Will skate after it in the corner. Shaver then overskates it with Lukey behind her. Shaver getting the pass from Ransom. Looking to center, trying to get it. Ransom fanning on it right out in front of the net. Eagan able to clear it. Iyer, pass on her left to Zek. Top of the left circle, blasting a shot wide. Comes to Meg Ransom. To the corner, Wolzman for Wayzata. Poked away off her stick by Embritson. We get a whistle.
We got a high stick.
It's going to go against Taylor Ramtham of Eagan.
No, good effort, but sometimes just a little overzealous and that stick goes up a little too high. And they'll call that. The stick stuff has been going on for 4 years. They've been calling them.
Shot away by Meister, save by Vries. Bergman and Heising on the face-off. And here comes Brooke Madsen, free for Eagan. Carries in deep left side. Forced to the corner by Lewis. Centering pass for Anderson. It's off her stick. And the Trojans regain control. Madsen gets back into the play and shoots it down into the Trojans' end. Stelter will leave it for Meister. Meister for Lewis. Molly Lewis up through center ice. Stop side of the left circle. Taken away from her by Anderson. Bangs it off the inboards for Kayla Vries, who clears it down. Penalty kills here so far for Eagan. There's still 1:10 to go for Wayzata. With the 5-on-4 opportunity here. Zek trying to skate away from pressure. Got it up to the blue line. Wolfsman playing it nicely to the Shaver. Shaver coming in now. Goes to her backhand. Comes back to the forehand. Shot on net. Save made by Vries. Covers up.
Well, Shaver with a rush here now, but she's consistently been moving in here, but getting a bad angle shot. Good news is one of her teammates was there and it rolled out in front, but, you know, maybe try to pull it back and set up a little bit. There's still 50 seconds left on that power play. You don't need to go to the net. Spread it out a little bit and get a good shot.
Shaver winning the face-off. Puck comes to Iyer. Out of the corner, Iyer. Out high. Goes to the side of the circle to Shaver. Shaver shot away. Pad save made by Vries.
Really?
Back out high. Here comes a shot away and fired wide of the net by Iyer. Comes back to Iyer one more time. Fans on the shot. Didn't get much on it. Still almost snuck all the way through. Centering pass again. It's the side of the net. Shaver trying to jam it in and covered up again by Caitlin Breeze.
Breeze holding her ground very, very well in front on the onslaught here. Finally, a good pass from Schaefer out front to a really good shot on net, giving it an opportunity for, something out front. And that was, I don't know, that probably was the best rush I've seen that Wayzata power play have all night, John.
Allie Wiedela winning the faceoff. Shot blocked. And here's Eagan with a chance. They got a chance for a 3-on-1. Taylor Anderson drops it back from Matson with a shot. She scores!
There it is. The 100th career point. That's why they're so excited. Of course, it gets them back within the goal, too. With all that work, they finally got it to her, and she finally found a hole. Brooke Madsen here.
A good Anderson, the freshman with the rush. Perfect drop pass back from Madsen for the goal.
And just rifled it between the defenseman's legs. And we're back to a one-goal game here now.
First of the season for Brooke Madsen. And we got a 3-2 game. Here they come again. Kayla Breeze dumping it into the Wayzata zone. Taken by Ashley Wiedela. Down to Maddie Johnson. Now for Allie Wiedela. Back it comes to Wall. Up ahead through center. Heads Haley Schmidt. Her shot gloved by Caitlin Breeze. Pumping it back behind her net. And here comes Asta with it. Good rush up the middle of the ice. Comes to center. Asta across the blue line. Got tied up. And puck cleared away by Lewis. Shot back into the Trojan zone. Lewis getting it across for Zek. Tipped ahead by Paige Sorensen. Down into the Eagan zone. Asta. And comes for Embritson. Shot from the blue line. Oh, and almost a tip in right in front from Heising off the shot from Sorensen. Heising gathers it in again. Right point. Gets it off for Zek. Zek shot. Pad save made by Breeze. Got her blocker out there to stop that one as Eagan clears it back into the Wayzata end. Paige Sorensen across for Molly Lewis up to center. Spun around at the blue line was Ransom, and back comes Eagan. Here's Anna Kruger into the Wayzata zone. Kruger dropping it back. Madsen's shot goes wide and up and out of play. Got tipped and deflected. And face off with 9:07 to go here in the third.
Nice back pass here and just ripped it in. Brooke Madsen getting him within a goal, and then all of a sudden, bang, right back in. I like this line of Helsing, Schmidt, and then Sorensen. They have been a factor all night and always bring a little bit of energy every time they're out there and seem to get a shot or two every time they're out.
Play back in the Wildcats' end. Moving it up now.
Oh,
here's
here we
Madsen
go.
trying to get free. Madsen a shot. Stelter the save. Centering pass by Madsen. Comes back out. Kept in by Eagan, but only for a moment as Shaver gathers it back in. Plays it ahead for Wolzman. Wolzman in left circle. Lost the puck. Knocked away. Here's Eagan coming back with Wilson. Pass ahead. Got it to Asta. She got tied up, spun around between two players as Shaver takes it back. Cleared out by the Trojans to the Eagan blue line where Wall has it. Wall gets around the player. We're going to delayed penalty coming up here, and as soon as it's touched by Molly Lewis, we'll get the whistle, and Eagan will go on the power play.
Well, you were saying, John, I'm all of a sudden enjoying this enormous pace that all of a sudden picked up in the last 4 minutes. Look at this great breakaway. Coming through another good shot. Madsen just being energetic. Nice move inside here by number 5, Rachel Wall. Taking down and giving Eagan a power play. And I'm not sure I'd want to do that right now. They got a little bit of energy.
Wolfsman going off for the penalty at 8:52 of the third period. Brought into the zone by Caleb Vrees. Shot to the right of that. Vrees got tied up and spun around. Like could have been another penalty, perhaps.
Got away with one.
Tie up back behind the Wayzata net. Freed up. Anderson and Madsen. Now Madsen will free it back up to Caleb Vrees. Puck still loose. Cleared to the corner. Anderson after it there for the Wildcats. Out high with pass. Madsen back out. And shot ripped wide of the net by Ramtham. Vrees shot away. Stelter will steer that to the corner. Comes to Anderson again. Good puck control by the Wildcats so far on this man advantage with a minute to go. Back out left point. The circle looking for a tip, but shooting it high and wide was Vrees. Madsen has it again to Anderson. Back to Madsen and Stelter the save. Good little give and go there between Anderson and Madsen. And a nice save by Sarah Stelter.
We've been just doing that all night between Anderson and Madsen. My gosh, look at this little beautiful little give and go right there. Bang, right on the stick. Good shot. Stelter's getting a workout now, showing what kind of a goaltender she is. She's shutting the door down good, but they're getting to her now. They ain't getting stopped in between, and all of a sudden it's a hockey game.
Here's another chance, and that one's blocked. Comes back to the stick of Ast. Another shot and goes just wide of the net. Eagan still with control of the puck. 25 seconds left in their power play. Looking to tee it up again. Asta keeps the puck in the zone at the point. Passes off left circle. Shot away. Blocked. Comes onto the stick of Wall, who fires. Puck loose in front and then just skitters wide of the net. Embertson unable to get a stick on it to try to put it away.
Boy, Eagan just sticks their nose in front of that net, and they're going to stay there, and you ain't getting them out of there. They are just battling in front to get this tying goal.
Wayzata back at full strength. The puck in that zone had a whole 2 minutes, I believe, Dan, wasn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. They really came on and just did an excellent job of moving the puck and staying dogged on it. Another opportunity. Look at the green coming into that net. Bang, she's right on the doorstep. Number 7, Sarah Bergman. Oh my gosh. They did that the whole power play.
Icing called on Eagan. Face off back in their end as Anderson back on the ice. Facing off with Shaver, who wins the clean face off. Puck played around left boards. Madsen trying to poke it ahead and does. There's Anderson with a rush. And cleared off her stick by Ransom. Here comes Wolfsman in on the right side for Wayzata. Wolfsman, a little floater backhand. In on net. Caitlin Vrees the save.
Nice comeback here by Wayzata. And I like us to just flutter that thing. Maybe you can get something in front to drop for Schaefer there coming down the pipe.
5:25 to go in the third period. Each team with a goal here in the third. In the best period of hockey so far tonight. Anderson for Eagan. Stops, feeds it out high. Shot blocked by Wolfsman. Another shot, save made. Stelter making the stop on Kruger. Anderson almost got free in front. That's taken away from her. Now comes Shaver for Wayzata. She'll dump it in to the Wildcat zone as Wayzata makes a change. Wolfsman tying up Kruger and Anderson. Shot fired wide by Zek. Comes to the far side. Shannon with it. Off to Heising now. Heising moving in, turns and fires, and the puck hitting through the breeze, and she covers up.
Okay, all of a sudden the line comes back out. Heising, Schmidt, and Sorensen now are full complete line out there. And energy just picked up. Look at the play here. Got it in front. Heising just did some good work. And got it on net. Now they got a face-off in the zone.
And they win the face-off. Shot blocked. Comes to Heising. Put into the open corner. Iyer and lost it there. Shot back in by Sorensen.
This has by far been Wayzata's best line all night. Good team play, just good grit, dirt, and just playing it out. Sorensen got 2 on the board for him. This has been their best line, no question.
Big Wall trying to feed the pocket, picked off by Sorensen. Comes right in, then taken back from her by Rachel Wall. Good play by the senior defender. Sorensen takes it back for Wayzata. She'll dump it into the corner. Wall for Eagan, and she lost it. Wildcats get it back. I got it out to center. Gathered in there by Lewis. Meister ahead now. It's Shaver. Shot on net. Save made. Wall trying to clear it away. Hits it for Embretson. Good pass onto the stick of Anderson. 2-on-1 on Madsen coming in with a shot, and Stelter a huge save on Brooke Madsen with 3:08 to go.
Then the Madsen-Anderson line comes on the ice for Eagan, and all of a sudden this is what we get. Bang, an immediate opportunity at the other end. Anderson setting up Madsen again, and just Sarah Stelter just put to the test again.
Off the face-off win for Eagan. Anderson for Madsen. Lost it, comes back to the blue line, poked away and played by Ransom down into the Eagan zone. Taylor Rampum for Eagan. For Embretson. Anderson. In with Madsen again. Madsen trying to wind it up and fire. Passes off instead, and Rantham didn't get much on that at all. Pass intercepted by Wayzata, taken by Ali Wiedela. Pass ahead a little bit too far for Wolfsman, but she'll catch up to it. Wolfsman putting it out in front, almost tipped in by Heising.
Heising getting great position in front of the net. Oh, the energy line for Wayzata's back out again.
Eagan whistled for icing with 2:08 to go. Look at that last Eagan chance again, Dan.
Beautiful opportunity there. Madsen getting set up again by Anderson, just coming down the slot and just ripping one. You couldn't ask for a better scripted play. I'm looking now at the shots on goal, John. We started out so slowly. It's now 21 shots for the Trojans, 14 for Eagan. That changed quite a bit this period.
Eagan with 5 shots on goal in the first 2 periods combined. They had 9 here in the third. Heising with a shot. Big save, the rebound, they score!
Heising. High energy Heising. Creates a great play coming out of the boards, just playing gritty. Got it on net. Got bobbled a little bit, and she got there in time to put her stick on it and put it in the net to give that 2-goal cushion together. Look at the work here. Look at this work. Just fought it off. Got one on. She keeps coming. There's a great lesson for hockey players right there. Get the shot on, but keep coming. Get your rebound. It's just as valid in hockey as it is in basketball. And she gets rewarded and putting her team up by 2 goals.
Second goal of the season for Natalie Heising. Here's Sorensen with a chance and fired it high and over the net.
2 passes there. Just watch the passes come. Heising coming through again. Watch this now. She just reaches out and gets it there. And the last play here, 2 passes and created another great opportunity. This line's got 3 of the 4 goals for Wayzata tonight.
Heising unassisted at 15-10. Now a 2-goal cushion for Wayzata. Minute and a half to play here in the third period. Here's Shaver. Shaver with a shot, hit the post. Puck taken by Kruger. Trying to feed it from Matson. That was intercepted by Lewis. Comes back to Zach. Zach will push it to the left boards for Ali Wiedela. With a minute to go, Anderson drop it back for Kruger. Kept in by Shaver. And back for it is Anna Kruger. Out of 40 seconds to play, off the stick of Anderson. Ahead comes Maddie Wolsman. Wolsman trying to center in front for Sorensen. That's broken up. Back comes Madsen the other way for Eagan. With 30 seconds to go. Madsen had it poked off her stick by Shannon. Eagan's got an extra attacker on the ice now. Off in the corner, centering pass, bouncing puck. It's free, and then the puck comes through the crease. Out in front, and sliding just wide of the net as Rees had her stick tied up. Comes to Sorensen, and that'll be it. And the Wayzata Trojans remain unbeaten, and they get a hard-earned 4-2 win tonight, Dan.
And it was a hard winner, and that line of Heising and that group, I'll tell you what, it was gritty hockey for them, but they made it play. And 3 of the 4 goals tonight. We love watching good hockey on big ice, but I like a little grit, too, and they really worked it hard. But on the other hand, too, I'm looking at it for the Eagan coaches. I mean, for as slowly and as badly as they started, with 5 shots on goal, jeepers, John, they came on like a bunch of gangbusters here in the third period and showed that they're a good hockey team. They really can move the puck, and they did some really nice things. And I think both sets of coaches are coming out here very satisfied with the efforts they saw, and they saw dramatic improvement on all their players tonight. So this is a good hockey game, a good learning experience for both teams.
So Wayzata with the win. They go to 2-0-1 in the season, and Eagan drops to 1-1 on the year. That'll do it for our coverage tonight. Our next hockey action from the Plymouth Ice Center will be next Friday and Saturday. Dan and I will be joined by Jay Warcox. We'll have the 2-day Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament hosted by the Wayzata Trojans, featuring Wayzata, Maple Grove, Edina, and Holloway family. Tune in for live coverage November 21st and 22nd at 5 p.m. each day on Channel 12. For Dan Ficken and the rest of our crew tonight from Plymouth Ice Center, good night. Wayzata winning it over Eagan 4-2.